Hi, my name is Vicki Haxman, and I am an adult survivor of childhood trauma. I've been posting a daily vlog, and I got 3 days in before I had a major mental breakdown. I realized that I was discussing coping mechanisms and talking about how I've been dealing with extreme stress since I was very young. And I was using the excuse that I was born with anxiety. But after a major mental breakdown a couple days ago, I've come to the realization that I'm a survivor of childhood trauma. I love my parents very much, but when I was younger, they used excessive discipline to educate my brother and I. But it was excessive. It was unnecessary. It was abusive. I don't think it was ever looked at as being abusive, and I know it wasn't because I remember fighting against it as a child. I remember arguing and screaming and fighting that it was wrong, that being called stupid was wrong, that being beaten until you lied was wrong. I remember being 8 years old and wishing to be in an abusive relationship so that hopefully they would care that I was being beaten if it was somebody else. I feel sick. It's currently 2 in the morning, and every Sunday I go visit my parents. With this realization I've come to, I've realized that I need space. They are amazing grandparents to my grandson. But I also need to learn to become a healthy, functioning adult. And to do so means coming to terms with what happened as a child and the effect it has had on my entire life. So I haven't vlogged in a few days because this is what's been on my mind. Because my vlog is supposed to be an honest, open, real discussion about mental health. And I'm terrified to post this because I know what they're going to feel and what they're going to think. And they're wrong in assuming that this is an attack against them. Because what this is me discovering myself and coming to terms with who I am as an adult and an individual so that I can be a healthy, functioning adult. And that means dealing with what happened in the past, coming to terms with it and accepting that it was wrong. The last thing I ever want in my life is to not deal with this trauma and let my anger get the better part of me in raising my son. Because I have been affected my entire life. I can't stress this enough. At 8 years old, I craved an abusive relationship so that somebody would care that I was being hurt. I went from 18 years old dating a schizophrenic to dating a heroin addict when I was 20 to moving to a new city when I was 23, becoming an alcoholic, becoming raped on my birthday, getting into a new relationship and spiraling into such severe depression that I was suicidal on a regular basis, having that partner then have an affair on me while we were engaged. That's when I snapped, and that's when I started fixing my life 4 years ago, working hard to re-educate myself, to love myself, to rebuild my self-worth that I never had. Because as a child, when I was innocent and young and vulnerable, I was taught to hate myself, that I was disgusting, that I wasn't worthy. I don't think my parents did this purposely, but unfortunately that's the message that got across. I feel sick because tomorrow I'm going to stand up my parents and tell them it's wrong. I'm terrified because my mother has been helping me with my business. They've been helping me watch my child, my son. And like I said, they're amazing grandparents. So I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow when I finally, as a 29-year-old adult, speak up. but I want closure, and I want to be healthy. And this is a huge and integral part to do so. Hi, my name is Vicki Haxman, and I'm an adult survivor of childhood trauma. I'm not a war child. I'm not a victim of another country. Wasn't shot, wasn't in a gang. You know, my parents are decent people. And it was just lack of education that led them to make horrible mistakes that affected my entire life. I love my parents, but that doesn't undo what happened. So this is really and seriously the beginning of a very new and very real and very terrifying chapter in my life. This is a real, open and raw discussion about mental health. And you get to see my journey. I love you all. You're all beautiful people. Even if you can't see it, you are a very beautiful person. You are loved, you are appreciated, and you have a place in this world. That's what everybody should be told. And that's what I'm going to tell you day in and day out, and tell myself and tell my son. Because with confidence and love, we find the strength to do the things that we need to do. By feeling good about ourselves so that we have the strength to do so. You are beautiful. And I love you.